So let us discuss about the standard deviation. It is a main type of the deviation that is used probably when in the deviation standard is used most widely and use a measure of a dispersion. The method of measuring the dispersion discussed so far not universally adopted for want of the adequate and the accuracy. So the range is not satisfactory in the magnitude of different but most extreme cases entire group. Quartile deviation has no algebraic properties and its interpretation is difficult. Mean deviation is also an unsatisfactory measure. It ignores the algebraic signs of the deviation. So that is why, because of all these demerits in the range or quartile deviation or mean deviation, most probably people are using the standard deviation calculation method. So the concept of standard deviation was first used by the Carl Pearson in the year 1893. Standard deviation is the square root of arithmetic average of the squares of the deviation measured for the from the mean. It is the mostly common used measures of the dispersion as it satisfies the most of the properties laid down for an ideal measure of dispersion. The standard deviation is denoted by the Greek letter like this one is used here. So the calculation of the standard deviation in the in three different series like individual series, then in the direct methods or individual series or the continuous series, discrete series. So there are three methods are used in that. That is deviation can be calculated in the direct method, assumed mean method, or step deviation method. So it is the average of the distance of the observed value from the mean value set of data. Basic rules: more spread will yield the largest standard deviation. Use of the standard deviation. Um, the standard deviation enables us to determine with the great ideal of accuracy where the value of a frequency distribution are located in relation to the mean. To understand the mean deviation, we have take this example. The class interval are given here from 90 to 99, 100 to 109, 110 to 199. It is in exclusive series is given. 265 weights of 265 males student at the University of the Washington has taken here, and for that example is given there. So when we have already done the mean in the three method with the help of three method direct, and then we are using this method, that is a step deviation method, direct method. So a step deviation, in the step deviation method, what we have to do, we have to take the data in very different steps and try to make them easiest. So here the F is given 1, 1, 9, 30, 42, 66, 47, 39, 15, 11, 1 and 3. So now we have to find out the D. D is the formula of M minus A. A equals to assumed figure. First of all, we will find out the mid value, and from the mid value, we will assume any figure, and then we minus the where then we have to use the formula that m minus assumed figure. Whatever the m assumed figure is there, we have to minus all the m's, all the midpoint from that. So we got the answer D, and D is here minus 5, minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, then 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we have to multiply F into D, and we got the F into D, and then we have to do the square root of the FD. So we got the next step is FD square. Now we have to use the formula here. So the formula is here sigma FD square upon N minus sigma FD square upon N square. into I difference between the lower and the upper limit of the class. So now we have to do the calculation, and after the calculation we got the answer, and then we have to see in the table. So the mean standard deviation and the coefficient of the variation of the age distribution of the four group of the mothers who gave birth to one or more children in the city of the Manners poll of the 1931 to 1935. Interpret the data. So the resident married, non-resident married, resident unmarried, non-resident unmarried. Mean is given here 28.29, 29.5, 23.4, and 21.7. So we have to find out the standard deviation, and after all the calculation that we have used here or the formula, we got the answer. So that is mean deviation. We have to find out the standard deviation with the help of mean. So uses of standard deviation enables us to determine with a great deal of the accuracy with the value of the frequency distribution are located in the relation to the mean. So we can do this according to the theorem devised by the Russian. As I have already told you about the standard deviation, but in this year, root questions are not coming in the examination that is deleted by the CBSE. So we have to be go through only the theory and up to the coefficient range if you have to find out, and the coefficient of range is sufficient for their for the examination. So here the chapter is finished.